You put your cereal plate in the fridge, right? Please, can you wash the plate?
You can see there's something inside now.
No, if the plate is still there after live nomination, we'll have a problem.
I'll leave that plate because of what it's. I want to see what it's like.
Nobody go chop, nobody go fish. Thank God na kerosene. Everybody will go home. Mama, me, I'm saying something to the thing. No food must enter my mouth. Nobody go chop. Everybody, I'm a staff. You can imagine, I don't go chop. What to say with you?
The head of house say you will not eat. I will stay in the kitchen and make sure that you do not eat.
A different thing from asking somebody to do something, forcing somebody to do something, and ordering somebody to do something. Not when the third person is already in a loggerhead with you. You know that you are not in a good terms with the person, but simply because you have been crowned the head of the house for week 6, you now decide that it must be how you wanted it, when you wanted it, and exactly how you wanted it. And IMISI is saying, not me. I am certainly not going to oblige to your order. I want to see exactly what you are certainly going to do. I am not saying that no housemate should respect the head of the house. What I am saying is that manner of approach matters a lot. If you have decided or rather concluded that your regime is going to be a tyrant one, then be in anticipation of how your subordinate is going to react and act. Imagine the head of the house telling the subordinate that because you did not wash your plate, then you are certainly not going to eat in this house. The subordinate is already telling the head of the house, if I don't eat, then expect my reaction to what you just said. Oh, well, it all started. I know that you are ready to just know how it all started. But before I narrate how it all started, let me first of all welcome you to my beautiful and entertaining channel, Ifista Unplugged. My channel is your go-to source for latest gossips, trend, glam news, and entertainment. This is the only channel that brings to you premium, authentic gist of the ongoing BBNaija season 10, turn over 10, and every other gist that has to do with your favorite celebrities, and every hardest day to day, second to second, minute to minute happenstance that got everyone talking. Be it drama, fights, lifestyle, and every other trends on social media. Therefore, stay tuned, subscribe. Please do not skip the ads for juicy data you won't want to miss. You know, every Sunday is meant to be the head of the house challenge. Then on Monday is going to be the challenger. So after Sultana was crowned the interim head of the house, then Monday after the arena, Sultana alongside every other housemate moved to the arena for Sultana to challenge her crown. Unfortunately for Sultana, she bowed out. Fortunately for Faith, Faith was now crowned the head of the house for week 6. Moving back into the house, Faith decided to address the entire house, and he has already concluded on how he is going to behave being the head of the house. And every other person was just minding their business. Sultana, Isabella, Doris, Mensan, Rude Boy, Bright Morgan are already serving the punishment that Big Brother gave to them. Then I saw Faith moving away from the kitchen, then moving to the snooker board. Faith met Culture. I think it was Conin that was playing snooker with Culture. Faith asked Culture, who kept that plate in the sink? Culture said that it belongs to IMISI, that he removed it from the Pepsi fridge. Then Faith now said, okay, thank you for telling me this. Faith approached to the garden where IMISI was sleeping beside Kola. Faith woke IMISI up while she was sleeping and demanded that IMISI should go and wash the pot. First, he asked IMISI, were you the one that kept that plate in the sink? IMISI corrected Faith and said, no, I actually kept the plate in the fridge because milk was still inside the plate and I intend to use the milk later. Faith was like, okay, this plate is not in the sink. Go and wash the plate. It was at that moment that Kola stretched out his hand, trying to grab Faith's hand to just calm him down. Then realizing that IMISI might just be looking at him, he now removed his hand. Faith wanted to leave. He came back again and said, let me repeat myself and make myself clear. If after life nomination, IMISI, you are yet to wash the plate, trust me, I am going to come for you. IMISI was just staring at Faith. Faith now walks out. IMISI now told Kola that I am certainly not going to wash the plate after the life nomination. I want to see exactly what Faith is going to do. He said this particular trait, I am going to allow Faith to execute it. I am not going to wash the plate. Kola was just looking at IMISI. Faith moved back again. Now, in this whole situation, IMISI used plate. Yes, Faith has already addressed that anybody that uses the plate must wash it because Faith and culture has already tidied the kitchen, of which IMISI obliged. But when IMISI used the plate, milk was remaining in that plate. She moved it to the Pepsi fridge with the intention to still use the remaining milk, only for culture to go to the Pepsi fridge, now remove the plate from the Pepsi fridge and now move the plate to the sink. When you now move the plate to the sink, you now drop it there, saying that it is IMISI's plate. In as much as when Faith was asking IMISI, why did you drop your plate in the sink? IMISI said, I left it in the fridge. Faith then told IMISI, since you said you still want to use the milk that is on the plate, or you come and remove the plate and now keep it very well. IMISI now said, she will not carry the plate and move it to the sink. Of course, I'm certainly not going to use the milk again. While Faith was now waiting, maybe after the life nomination, that he's just going to execute the threat he has already threatened IMISI. After the life nomination, Faith decided to also readdress the entire housemate, just like he has done immediately after he was crowned the head of the house. He now said that he is just going to select the kitchen prefect, according to him, that if you police the kitchen very well to make sure that everybody that uses the plate or the pot washes them, that he is going to reward the said kitchen prefect. Then I was wondering, wait, what? After they are done with the life nomination, Faith was just collecting the red envelope for him to return it to the diary room, or rather to return it back to Biggie. That was when Bright and Mason was begging Faith if he could just allow them to use one of the envelope for Bright Morgan to use it to celebrate, or rather to wish him a happy birthday. While they were just having that conversation, Big Brother said that the storeroom may now be open. Big Brother has supplied them minimum food stuff. Remember that this week is all about bare minimum. So while they are just trying to share the food item accordingly, Jenna was the one writing down everything that has been shared to some of the housemates. Now they are sharing bread 2 to 1, one bread to 2 people. That was when IMISI moved from nowhere, walked to where the bread was kept, and now carried one bread. Faith told IMISI, return this bread, because what we are doing is, if you write your name or you write the name of the 2 people that are to just collect one bread before you now collect one bread. IMISI just told Faith, Shebi, I don't collect the bread. Just write my name and Kola's name, because this bread is for me and Kola. Faith said no, that IMISI must come back, drop the bread, then write her name and write Kola's name before she will collect the bread. That was when IMISI took the bread and now buried it beneath her top and said, I will never do that. Faith kept on talking. Faith even went to the extent of saying that if you do not drop this bread, you are certainly not going to eat anything. That was when IMISI got angry and said, you have no business to tell me that if I do not drop the bread, that I am not going to eat anything. As Wu Wan, as the president of Wu, I am not going to do that. Even when Isabella told IMISI to drop the bread, IMISI cleared Isabella immediately and said, please stop. That was when Kola decided to also speak to IMISI. IMISI insisted, Kola, you just have to stop, because I will never drop this bread. She left it beneath her body, and Faith was insisting, and she said, write my name. That was when she wanted to explain herself, and she now said that Soso actually told her to pick one bread before she went ahead to do so. Therefore, she's not just going to drop the bread. And Faith was like, Big Soso is not the one that was supposed to tell you when to pick the bread. That was when Kola and Mesa moved to the garden, because both of them are still serving the punishment that Big Brother gave to them. When IMISI joined Mensan and Kola out of the garden, Mensan was calling IMISI a Bute Meta Queen, because Mensan understood her drama and she was just even laughing about it. Later, IMISI went into the house, still refusing to drop the bread, whereas the sharing of the food items continued. IMISI and Isabella was still sitting at the garden, where IMISI was just trying to narrate her own side of the story. When IMISI wanted to say something, camera now moved away from them. Later, Faith went to the garden to have a conversation with IMISI. IMISI did not oblige that. Faith got angry, moved back to the kitchen, where KAYBOBO and Big Soso are still trying to just arrange the food item. Faith instructed them that they are not to allow IMISI to take any food item, that IMISI is not going to be allowed to cook anything. KAYBOBO now told Faith that means all these food items belong to 21 people. Faith said no, 20 people. Was like, no, we are 22. So if you remove IMISI, that means we are 21. And Faith also told Big Soso. Big Soso said, yes, I am not just going to allow her to take anything if she just approached me. Faith just told them categorically that if IMISI comes to meet you people concerning anything that has to do with the food stuff, just refer her to me. I am insisting that she's not going to take any food stuff for her to just cook for herself. He now walked away from the kitchen. Now the entire household has just moved to the garden, minding all their business, because this is the moment THELMA and Doris are still serving their punishment. That was when IMISI heard it, that Faith said that because she did not drop the bread, that she's not going to cook anything for herself. She fled up home. How dare you say that because I did not drop the bread, that I am not going to cook anything? She said, thank God that they are now using kerosene and the stove, that she is going to pour all the kerosene away and therefore nobody is going to eat. If she did not eat, and nobody is going to cook. If she IMISI did not cook. Somebody now said, you know, we are also using charcoal. She says she's going to pour away all the charcoals and she's going to just match all of them on the ground and make sure that they turn to pieces. Nobody is going to cook. In all of this, her shouting, in all of this, her words, Faith was just sitting by the side of the garden. He was just not saying anything. Faith was just sitting down there, staring and smiling. That was when Doris and LAWSON are just gingering IMISI and also trying to mock Faith. LAWSON now chooses to involve herself playfully in the fight. She is now saying, you know, I have once been the head of the house, so I understand the position and how everything works. So what I will not tolerate from IMISI is for you to be talking to the head of the house like that. She was just busy and seriously warning IMISI while she was just intentionally laughing and saying, you dare not talk to my head of the house like that. Whatever head of the house said is what must happen. Then Doris was also saying something. Then IMISI now approached Doris to just communicate to Doris why she is insisting that she's just going to make sure that nobody eats if she did not eat. That was when Doris told IMISI not to mind LAWSON. LAWSON is just joking. IMISI said, of course I know that she's just playing, but me, whatever I am saying is what I must do. LAWSON continued, repeating what she has been saying, whereas Doris is just supporting her and IMISI is still saying exactly what she said that she must do, that she is going to pour the kerosene, she's just going to match all the charcoals. Nobody will cook if she does not, and nobody will eat if she does not. Faith refused to say anything. Then Faith was like a sin, having a conversation with Rude Boy that you know is an enemy to IMISI. And Faith was now asking Rude Boy if whatever he is doing to IMISI is too much or if he should stop. Rude Boy advised Faith that whatever it is that you're doing, you're not just doing too much. And they even have to discuss IMISI. Rude Boy is now saying that IMISI is just unnecessarily looking for trouble, and now adhered Faith to continue with whatever it is that he decided to just do to IMISI. That moment, while Faith and Rude Boy were having that conversation, Joanna walked in and Joanna said that IMISI lacks mental rehabilitation, that she, Joanna, engaging IMISI is just giving IMISI a cheap highlight. I was like, Joanna, you are the one that has been fighting yourself. IMISI is not even replying you after she just said what she needed to say to you. So why are you just going around doing unnecessary media rounds concerning whatever it is that you said that IMISI said to you? Anyways, that was how it ended. I was expecting Faith to just keep on policing IMISI or trying to just stop IMISI from cooking. Anyway, it may seem as though that everything Faith has been doing and has been saying ever since he was crowned the head of the house might have been haunting him. He now decided to just go and retire back to the head of the house lounge. He did not come out again. That was when IMISI decided for her to just cook her rice. She went to gather the things she needed. She went to the kitchen. She washed her rice properly. She gathered every ingredient that she needed. IMISI now moved with the rice and the ingredients to their new allocated kitchen. That was where their laundry area used to be. And she cooked her rice. So it was when she was just busy trying to just arrange her rice. She moved inside. I was like, Big brother, I could have just sent a ninja to just wake Faith up. Maybe Faith just go to that kitchen, carry both the stove and the pot. Let's see another drama. Anyway, she cooked her rice, the rice done. She ate the rice with anybody that wants to eat it, mostly Isabella. And they all went to bed though. So this morning, they have already moved to the arena for them to do their usual morning exercise. So I am waiting patiently to see what is going to happen. Being that Faith has already said that IMISI will never cook or eat in the house, and IMISI has already gone ahead to cook her rice and eat, and definitely she will also continue as far as this week is concerned. And they have returned back from the arena. They are, yes, done with their morning exercise. I am waiting to see if there is going to be any further drama between Faith and IMISI. Of course, they are going to argue. Of course, they are going to fight. And I am also waiting to see how the group of Faith is going to just do during this their weekly wager, because Jason J is not in good terms with Faith, because Faith addressed after he was crowned the head of the house that he's not going to go around looking for anybody or meeting anybody for them to change their batteries, that he is going to drop it at the main lounge. You are to come to the main lounge for you to change your battery. When it was time for them to change battery, Jason J was upstairs. He refused to come downstairs for him to change his battery, because he has been the head of the house and he was the one that who has been going to meet Faith for Faith to just change his battery. And Big Brother now warned Jason J and said that Jason J is not going to speak to anybody until he changes his battery. Now that Jason J is in the same group with Faith, and THELMA LAWSON is also in the same group with Faith, I think IMISI is also in the same group with Faith. Let's see if they are just going to act accordingly, or if they are going to just team together to just make sure that Faith loses this particular wager tax. I mean, their own group. After all, Faith has already said that he does not lose. So maybe they're just going to plan and act together to see if Faith is just going to just lose this wager. I mean, the group that Faith belongs to lose. Whatever that happens, of course, I am certainly just going to update you guys, and I am getting better. And I also wish or hope that I continue to update you guys until the end of this Big Brother Naija season 10/10/10. Sorry, please do indulge, or rather bear with the way I am speaking, or maybe the way I'm panting, why I'm speaking, because I am yet to just heal. I'm just trying and struggling to make sure that I update you guys before this particular show just come to an end. And as your favorite entertainer with continuous entertainment, I am promising that I will continue to update you guys. Thus far you have watched, you are yet to subscribe, please, this is the right time for you to patronize and publicize my channel by smashing on the red icon down below to subscribe to my channel, and also do endeavor to turn on the notification bell, and feel free to give this particular video a huge thumbs up and drop your thoughts in the comment section concerning the fact that it's happening between IMISI and Faith. Who is right, who is wrong, who are you supporting, and who is also your fave? I can't wait to just go through your comments in the comment section, and I will see you guys in another video shortly. Bye.